And we're back with another Wavy Sundaze. We got Adam this time. Adam,
yo, what's up?
We're about to go hit In-N-Out, grab a quick burger,
Okay.
stock up before we hit the studio. So let's go grab some food and then we'll see you around.
Right on.
Bet. You do this full time?
It's like part-time.
Part-time?
It's like I part-time do this, and then I part-time teach.
Right.
And so they both, I supplement both.
What do you teach again?
Intro piano and guitar. So guitar is my main instrument, and then I can teach intro to piano.
So you can kind of do it all, pretty much.
Nah, I wouldn't say that, but true. Next generation.
Yeah, you're really focused on spreading the knowledge that you've gained over the past, almost decade.
My wife now, who was my fiance back then, signed me up for vocal lessons because I always told her I wanted to learn how to sing because I'm like mediocre right now, and I really wanted to learn how to sing. And when I went there, the owner of the music school just like offered me a job teaching there.
Wow, nice.
Wow.
Finish eating, and then we're gonna drive over to the studio to see some of these skills displayed. You guys are gonna get a quick session in, and we'll be able to see the magic behind the magician.
Process.
Yeah. We're about to finish up, and then we'll see y'all at the studio. We are officially in the studio. We just got some In-N-Out, and we are back with Adam, and you already know what time it is. It's time for the Uwavee Fast Five. Adam, do you want to play the Uwavee Fast Five?
I mean, do I have a choice?
Kind of. I mean, like, if you don't, we're probably just going to leave. This is the Uwavee Fast Five. Question number 1. Best day of the week.
Monday.
Question 2. When are you most productive?
Night, for sure. Late night.
Number 3. Quality of life or quantity of life?
Quality, for sure.
Heard that. Question 4. What confuses you?
Everything. I mean, life, bro. I'm still trying to find my way through life, so.
Okay. Everything. We can get into that in a
change on a dime.
little bit. Yeah, that's true. Question number 5. Describe 2020 in 3 words.
Shit. Scary, epic, and confusing as fuck.
That's 5, but 5 words for the Uwavee Fast Five. No, but I'm assuming scary, epic, and confusing.
Confusing. Yeah. So
Cool. Nice, man. You completed the Fast Five, so good job. We're working on the T-shirts for the I survived the Fast Five, but coming soon. Yeah. We got a special guest appearance for this Wavy Sundaze. Tell us who we got here that you are going to be working with right now.
Well, it's my man. He put me on, so I mean, you guys already know him.
Making his return.
It was gonna happen.
Give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, AJ. AJ wants to work on a song, right? And we're just gonna watch them work. We're gonna see that, artist engineer dynamic. And stay tuned, folks, because this shit is about to be a classic. Thanks.
All right, so we're here in the studio with AJ. We're going to record a song from the recording process to the mixing process to the mastering process. And so the first thing we're doing right now is we're chopping the beat up because AJ is very particular about his beats. So here we go.
Can you just double that?
Got it.
And then we'll get into the part with the subs.
All right. So now should I cut it here because we're kind of like extending it?
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All right, so we've got AJ in the booth now, and we're just going to set levels. Gain staging is one of the most important parts about recording and mixing. We're using an API channel strip here. I don't want to flex, but it's like a $2,500 piece of gear. Flex. It's not mine though, so. But I just wanted to throw that out there. It is one of the most famous preamps. Actually, this is my talkback, so I'm gonna see if AJ can hear me. AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bet. You hear me?
Yeah.
Bet. So I'm adjusting the output gain on this preamp because I do not want to clip, showing me whether or not I'm clipping. Want to keep it definitely around 0, somewhere around there. And this is like a soft part for him, so I'm not really gonna go judged on that. I'm gonna wait till he gets back to the verse or the chorus. So anytime you want an artist, you want to get the correct levels. You want them to be singing at the level they're going to be singing the song at. It's actually pretty good right there. Now, move on to the compression section. This is the compressor section. There's a threshold. I always keep the attack super fast and the release kind of fast. Ratio, I always keep it at 3. Ratio, always at 3. Threshold, I adjust until I'm attenuating around 4. That's pretty good right there. That's where I want it. I think we're good. Oh, just in time too.
I do.
The worst thing you can do is clip on digital. That's the worst sound in the world. In fact, I might add some air to his vocals with this high shelf on the EQ section. 12. So I'm putting it on 12K, and this is to turn up. You can hear his voice get a little brighter if I turn it down, a little darker. Alright, so we just recorded AJ's vocals. We recorded the main verse, main hook, and then some harmonies, some stacks, some addies, some ad-libs. And now I'm going to get into my mixing process. So that's EQs, compressors, de-essers, some effects like reverb. My first plugin that I use is an EQ. I always cut below 50 hertz because in vocals especially, you're never going to want anything below 50 hertz anyways, because it's usually just going to be like either boominess from the room, proximity effect, like when you get close to the mic. So just as like a safety, kind of like a little safety measure, I always low cut below 50 hertz. So that's what I did here. With the Neutron, another EQ, I did a low shelf at 230 hertz and I dropped it down around 5 decibels. That's again to kind of get rid of a little bit more of that boominess. It's not below 50 hertz, it's above 50 hertz, but it's still sometimes a lot of, especially male vocals, that have a little bit of boominess, and it just like cleans it up like instantly. So I almost always do that. I'm de-essing everything above 60 hertz, or I'm sorry, 6,000 hertz. De-essers remove sibilance. So anytime you hear in vocals the T's, the T's or the S's, they get pretty annoying if you don't de-ess them, especially when you start compressing your entire mix. They're especially more prominent, and they just like wreak havoc on your ears. They're that high sibilant stuff that can get annoying sometimes. So you can hear what it sounds like. That's chew. You hear that chew. Press pause. So that's when it gets real obvious. And I make sure I do all the de-essing before I hit it with this compressor. A compressor, I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know what a compressor does. It squashes your sound, so it brings the low levels up. So if I don't de-ess before the compressor, those sibilances that I didn't de-ess are just going to be even more exaggerated. So that's why I hit it with the de-esser first to get rid of the sibilance, and then I compress it. This Arvox compressor by Waves is actually one of my favorite go-tos for a transparent, quick, easy to use compressor, because it just has one knob and it's the threshold. And I try to compress around -3 decibels. So I'm attenuating at -3 decibels. Now after my compressor, because I use the de-essers, it does remove some of the airiness in the vocals. So to add that back in, I throw on another Waves plugin, the API 550A. The first API 550A, I boost 2 decibels around 15,000 hertz. In mixing, subtlety is key. You never want to go overboard with your tweaks and your EQs and your plugins. So if you can barely notice it, you're probably doing a real good job. Another thing I do is, if you see this output knob on this plugin, whenever you boost any certain frequencies, you're going to boost the entire sound to do what we call gain matching. Most of these plugins have output knobs, and you just bring it back until it sounds the same volume before you added the plugin. So we call that gain matching. And then after that, I add this reverb. Now on my main vocals, I don't put a whole lot of wetness on reverbs. I think a lot of engineers don't, unless it's like intended for like a special effect. So I use this Valhalla Supermassive. This is a free plugin too, by the way, and it's like one of my favorite plugins. Lately I've been using it so much, especially on the main vocals, because it has this preset. And there's no shame in using presets. I always start with presets, and you can just tweak your presets afterwards. There's no shame in it. There's Lunar Lander 1969, and it just adds like subtle stereo to the main vocals, so it's not so centered. It's slightly wider, and in context with the beat, it's even more subtle.
I did. I wake up, we fuck till you say it's enough, blow your back out and have a good meal.
And that's about it. This chain that I just showed you, I pretty much put that on every single other vocal track on here. The hook is going to be exactly the same as the main verses. The stacks, the harmonies, and the addies, same chain, except I'm going to add different reverb effects and probably high pass and low pass a little bit more, so that it sits in the background more and it's not up front and it's not competing with the main vocals.
All right, that's it. You caught it here first. We just spent the day with Adam getting another Wavy Sundaze in. We had our special guest, AJ, come in. You were able to track his vocals pretty quickly and showed us your mixing process, built out a chain real quick. Now is the time for you to plug yourself, because I know people are going to be wanting to work with you.
My email, you can reach me at villanovaproductions@gmail.com.
villanovaproductions@gmail.com. You'll see that right here, man. I was just about to say,
Uwavee account, bro.
If you're trying to work with him, the best way is to get on Uwavee yourself and hit this man up. Go to his IG. The link will be there. He can email you the link. As always, subscribe to Uwavee on YouTube, man. U_Wave, 2 E's on Instagram. We're working with people just like Adam who are making music, and we want to work with you next. So hit us up. That's a wrap, man. We appreciated it.
Thank you for having me.
Boom. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Peace.